Alright, so we're going to do our fishing guide live. Ray Samoa over on Twitch asked, how does fishing work? Well, we'll start with the fishing minigame, and then we'll talk about the overall fishing in general within Tales of the Shire, because there is a lot going on with fishing, and you're going to spend a lot of time fishing as part of the gameplay loop here. So the fishing minigame, the game does explain it to you pretty easily, but you're looking for those little fish shapes in the water, or those little blue ripples, and you have a cast button, which and then you can sort of move it around, and then your cast goes all the way out. You can then cast, and what you're looking for is you want to aim it for those things, and then you're looking for that to happen right there. Now, I didn't specifically cast on top, so what you're trying to do is you're trying to cast on top of the ripple like this. This is going to pop up. Then you hit the button, you've sank the hook. Now what you get is you get this little mini game. What you're looking for is you're trying to center your dot in the middle of that half circle radius, and when it's circled, when you have it centered, pull the fish in, reel the fish in. There's also tension on the line: white, yellow, orange, and red. If it gets to red, you lose the fish, your line breaks. So essentially, you want to cast. That's going to bite. Once it bites, you're going to line up your circle with the center of the half moon, and start reeling. If you start to get into the red, you let off. It goes back to white. Let off, goes back to white. Keep repeating that until you get it in. Just don't let it go to the red. That's the mini game. Now, there's a lot more going on with fishing. So, first and foremost, there are seasons. So there is spring, summer, autumn, and winter. Certain fish can only be caught at certain times of the year. I'll show you the encyclopedia here in a minute. In addition, what can I throw back? Okay. In addition to that is the fact that certain types of fish, not only can they only be caught during certain seasons, certain fish can only be caught during certain times of day. On top of which, certain fish can only be caught at certain fishing holes. So if you open up your encyclopedia as an example, you can go in here and you can look at the fish, and it will show you all of the fish that you have currently uncovered. And it will tell you, bluefin gudgeon, as an example, can be caught in any season when it's dry at Old Ruby's Pond in the afternoon. So you'll never be able to find it anywhere else other than Old Ruby's Pond. Only in the afternoon when it's dry. So right now it's raining, you're not going to catch bluefin gudgeon. Brown trout can be caught only in summer, only when it's dry out, only at Laddle's Jetty, and only in the afternoon. Common carp can be found during the spring when it's dry at Laddle's Jetty during the afternoon. Cracked salmon can only be found, this is the one that was really hard for me, because during the spring it only rained twice. It can only be found at Oln Stonebridge Pool. I only found one during the entirety of spring because it's a rare fish, and you could only find it in the afternoon when it's raining. So that's why raining is the rainy fish, the fish that you can find when it's raining, are the hardest fish to find because it doesn't rain that frequently. It might only rain a couple of times per season. And so what you're really trying to do is, if you're working on the fishing quests from the fishing board as an example. So if you go over here to the fishing board, one of the things you'll want to look at when you're figuring out which one of these quests you want to work on is you're going to try to fish, select the ones that have you fishing for fish that are found when it's dry. Because if you pick a fish that's only found when it's raining, those can be really, really, really hard to fish for. Dawn Dace, as an example, is really easy to find. That's at Old Ruby's, but you can only get it in the morning. So at dawn, and during the morning. You can also find that at the other place. What's it called? Hang on. This is when we can talk about the fishing holes too. You're looking for the fishing icon on the map. So the Cotton Farm Pond, you can find the Dawn Dace there. You can also find the Dawn Dace at Old Ruby's Pond as an example. So this is where you can see the fishing holes. This is the Old Stone Bridge Pool. This is the Tree Root Pool. This is the jetty. And there's one additional one which I haven't unlocked yet, which is over here. So there's actually a couple of fish that I've not been able to fish for yet, and there's some fish that I haven't yet to discover because they're over here because I haven't unlocked that area on the map yet. So I still have to work my faction up with all the various hobbits to unlock all of the sections of Bywater. But yeah, and then when you are done with your fish, you can obviously use them to cook, but you can also come over here. Fishing is the easiest way to earn money in this game. And so when you have a stockpile full of fish, you can come over here to any of the merchants and you could sell your fishies. As a general rule, I'll sell pretty much all of my 1-star fish. Keep the 2 stars and 3 stars for the specialty recipes, but you can sell to any of the vendors here. And you could say, I want to sell, for example, Dawn Dace I'll hold on to because I know that I use that. But Stone Loach, I already have plenty of those, so I could sell the Stone Loach. I'm also going to sell... No, I'll hold on to the Dawn Dace. I'm actually going to hold on to all of these, because I want those, actually, for my pantry. So yeah, that's in essence, that's fishing in Tales of the Shire. Also, as you get higher in level with the fishing club, you will get better fishing rods from Old Man Noakes, who's up here on the map, right over here. And if you go look actually at I think it shows you in the fishing club. Yeah, as an example, I only have the first 2 rods. Like, I'm still working on level 4 rod. So the higher level rods allow you to catch rarer fish. So there are certain fish you won't even be able to catch until you have a higher level rod to unlock them. So even if you have the fishing location unlocked and you might be there at the right time of year, during the right time of day, during the right wet or dry day, but if you don't have the right fishing pole, you might not catch them at all, because it is a question of fishing pole as well as fishing skill, so on and so forth. So fishing is extremely complex and it's a lot of fun, and you'll be doing a lot of it. And then when you're done, you can come back over here and stash everything in your pantry to use in recipes, because a lot of these recipes, if you'll look as an example, there's a recipe here that specifically uses Dawn Dace. Where's it at here? Of course, now I'm not going to be able to find it when I'm looking in here. There are specialty recipes that specifically call for... Yeah, here it is. So Crispy Fish Pie specifically wants Dawn Dace and Stone Loach. So you have to have those particular 2 types of fish to be able to cook that recipe in the first place. And certain people want those fish pies for the recipes that satisfy their cravings. So yeah, there is a ton of stuff you can be doing with fishing in Tales of the Shire. So yeah, that is, in short, a sort of quick beginner's guide to fishing in Tales of the Shire. Hopefully I answered the question appropriately. And we'll clip that and ship it on YouTube, which is why you like, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. Daily streams at 4:30 a.m. on YouTube and Twitch, and you too can get your questions answered live. Alright, let's go back to that fishing hole. It's still raining.